All right, the next one is a proof. We need to prove that cos of 2 alpha cos of alpha plus sine of 2 alpha sine of alpha over sine of 3 alpha cos of alpha minus cos of 3 alpha sine of alpha is equal to half cosec of alpha. Now, this looks awful. However, we can simplify that down quite nicely and quite easily. Let's see how we do that. So our format for our proof shows that we need to say required to prove, and we're going to write our cos of 2 alpha cos of alpha plus sine of 2 alpha sine of alpha over sine of 3 alpha cos of alpha minus cos of 3 alpha sine of alpha, and that's equal to half cosec alpha. Now, I need to pick either the left-hand side or the right-hand side. Because the left-hand side is looking so complicated, that's probably the place I'm going to be able to simplify the easiest. So I'm going to say my left-hand side. So all I'm looking at now is cos of 2 alpha cos of alpha plus sine of 2 alpha sine of alpha over sine of 3 alpha cos of alpha minus cos of 3 alpha sine of alpha. And I'm going to notice that in my numerator I've got a cos of 2 alpha there and a sine of 2 alpha there. So that's an A. Those are the same angle. And I've got a cos of alpha and a sine of alpha. So let's make that a B. So let's just look at our numerator. I have a cos B plus sine A sine B. And if I look at my formula sheet, before we do that, we're going to say what we're using. I notice that cos of A minus B is equal to cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. So I'm going to say I'm using cos of A minus B is equal to cos of A cos of B plus sine of A sine of B. Let's have a look at our denominator. So here I have sine of A and another cos of A. So I've got an A there and an A there. And I've got a B there and a B there. So I've got sine of A cos of B minus cos of A sine of B. So I go to my formula sheet and I notice that sine of A minus B is sine of A cos B minus cos of A sine of B. So I'm going to say I'm using that as well. So sine of A minus B is sine of A cos of B minus cos of A sine of B. So I can say what I've actually got now is cos of 2 alpha minus alpha over sine of 3 alpha minus alpha. And that's going to be cos of alpha over sine of 2 alpha. And I have a look and I see, I'm looking for half cosec alpha. So there's probably something more I need to do. And I notice that I have a sine of 2 alpha over here. And I look in my formula sheet and I see there is a formula for sine of 2 alpha. So I'm going to say now, using sine of 2a equals 2 sine of a cos of a. So that means I have got cos of alpha over 2 sine of alpha cos of alpha. And that's pretty cool because my cos of alphas can cancel, and that's going to be 1 over 2 sine of alpha, and 1 over sine of alpha is equal to cosec alpha. So that's a half cosec alpha, which is equal to my right-hand side. So therefore, cos of 2 alpha cos of alpha plus sine of 2 alpha sine of alpha over sine of 3 alpha cos of alpha minus cos of 3 alpha sine of alpha is equal to a half cosec alpha.